How's it going? Welcome to the Monday live webinar here. Appreciate everybody being here. All right, let's make sure we have sound, we have charts. All good. Test 1, 2, test. Uh-oh. Is sound not working? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I don't know if it's working or not. Well, I appreciate it. Okay, so I hope everyone had a great weekend. For some of us, it was a 4-day weekend, and I do hope you appreciate it. Okay, or appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Alrighty, so today's topic, I want to take a look at the market first, and then today's topic is going to be bouncing off moving averages. Does anyone use that strategy? Anyone at all use that strategy? Is that one of, one of your tools, or does anybody here think it's junk? Maybe. I mean, honesty, good way to be. All right, so let's talk about the market real quick. Yeah, it's a tool. Yeah, Paul, it's a tool. So let's talk about the market real quick. Friday was, it was just a day, and I think it was, I truly believe Friday was a bit of an exaggeration. Not that things can't get bad, but I think Friday was an exaggeration. So I expected today some kind of a bounce, and that's what we're getting here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce up. Earlier today in the Hit Run Candlesticks trading room, I mentioned to everybody that I think the last hour of the day, there is no background music, North Boy. If there is, let me listen. No, there is no background music. What was I saying? Oh, the last hour of the day, I think we'll have more information than you could possibly have in the middle of the day here. Because, I guess there's a ton of people that wants us to be bullish, and we're a far cry from that in the chart, technically. We're a long ways from that. We're going to need to get back up into this area, and we're going to need to see from this low up and then some sort of a test here before we go up. And above 470-ish, above 470 is where we really get bearish. Now, for all the sellers out there, this is sweet for you. It is. You're probably pretty happy. We've got this low. We're rallying up. What you're looking for is a move to the downside. So this is where I truly believe the end of the day will give us a lot more information. Let's see how today's candle closes. And it might even be tomorrow before we have a full picture. If you're bullish, as an example, we'll just call this, since we're above yesterday's candle or Friday's candle, we'll call it bullish. What we're going to need to see maybe is up here, and that might take another day or two possibly. So anyway, that's my story on the market. I bought one chart this morning, AMD. I bought that. Outside of that, I'm not buying anything till maybe the end of the day, and the purpose is to allow the market to give me more information, make me feel better about a long or better about a short. So anyway, as always, all questions are welcome. Sure appreciate that. And the topic is going to be today bouncing off major moving averages, or, well, it could be major moving averages. Bouncing off any moving average that you want to bounce off. And I've got a couple of stocks right before we went live here. I was looking at a few charts, and let's take a look at those. Those all showed up here, and we'll be looking at these as well. In fact, right now, actually, I want to go look at LCID. That was one on our watch list for today, and you can see it's bouncing. This is a bull T-line bounce. You know what I'm going to do? Because we're going to be talking about the simple 10 bounce, and we're going to be talking about the simple 20 bounce. And for our purposes, I'm going to dim this way down, way down. There we go. And we don't need no stinking 3 EMA up there. There you go. So the three lines, moving averages I want to talk about today are the exponential 8, or the T line. That's the black line. The 10 simple. This is that magenta line. I think that's called magenta. And the green, that's the 20 period moving average. Now you can use any moving average you want. Doesn't matter. It just, I have an hour. Which moving averages am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about these 3, okay? If there's a moving average anybody wants to set up, I will do that, and I'll let the majority win. So if anyone wants to point out a moving average bounce you'd like to see, you can type it in here, and I'll just take the one that seems like there's most coming from, and we'll do one other than these, okay? So here's LCID, and you can see that we're bouncing off that. This is coming off. It was coming off the 10 or the T line. It should be coming off the 10 as well. Right there it is, and it would not. I don't think it would be coming off the 20 because, see, it's 9.5% or so away from the 20 down here. And the way this is set up is we're looking for a bullish candle, meaning the current close is above the open, and I want the low to be either above or below. I think I have these set at 0.5%, but we'll go check that, okay? We'll go take a look at that. But take a look at that, man. In this case, we can see a nice flag in here starting to break out. Nice trend. LCID, one of those hot electric car companies here. So LCID, it's starting to shape up pretty nice today. TMO is one that came up. I forget. No, I wrote that down. That's coming off. I spotted it off the 20 simple. So it may be coming off the others as well, but I spotted it earlier today off the 20 simple. And you can see today's low is, and I think I had this set at 1%, less than 1%. I changed it a little while ago. And you can see we're close to that 20, but we're definitely close, that 0.5% to the T line or the 10 simple. Man, I don't know what happened to my voice here. Try wetting a little bit. Guess I need that beer colder maybe or something. And you can see here we've got a nice big bullish Hiromi, if that is a type of chart you're looking for. And we're just going to go through here and look for charts that may be set up, something you might want to put on the watch list. And we're going to use this bounce strategy to do that. Fast was one. Take a look at fast. Let me get rid of that. There we go. And you can see the low here where 0.95%. And again, I did this a little earlier when I had 1% in there. And this won't, I don't think it would come up right now because I think I've changed this to 0.5%. We'll go look in a minute here. At a 0.5%. and we're off that right now to the T line. Maybe I should not look at the charts that I posted earlier. Let's confirm that I changed that. Well, no, I have the 20 still at 1%. Oh, I guess I did move them to 1. Maybe I didn't change them. Hell, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. The T line and the T line is at 0.5%. Good to know. So this is at 0.5%, this is at 1% and 1%. There's no magic there. You can put them at 10% if you want those bounces. So let's just take a look at some of these. I see Apple here. Here's Apple coming up on that 10, and you can see there that the open today was within that 1% of the 20 period moving average, or 10, excuse me, which is the magenta. So now that you have that accomplished, now it's a matter of taking your eyes and then deciding if you like that chart. If you like that chart, honestly, that looks like a buy to me. Now, personally, I don't like this big old shooting star right here, and I'm going to need to see a little bit more bullishness out of this. Truthfully, probably above 161. Yes, it is being recorded. Yes, it is. You'll be able to pick it up at in two places, my YouTube channel and also the live trading alerts channel. Man, I can't believe how I'm losing my voice here. Let's look at PANW. PANW there. Now this is a 10 simple bounce. Clean that up. And there you go. Look how close we are to the 10 simple. We're also above the T. This happens to be a 3/8 strap as well. Again, any kind of filtering system is all you're doing is you're taking stocks and filtering or scanning system, however you scan, doesn't matter how you scan. They all do the purpose of scanning or filtering, they're all the same purpose. Okay, so what you need to have is it doesn't matter whether you're looking at stocks, just you spend hours looking at stocks. But I can imagine that what you're looking for, I shouldn't say what you need to have. What you need to have is your business, not mine. Is a filtering system that takes all the stuff at the top, way too many stocks, and drill it down to what you're looking for. And in this case, we're looking for stocks that are bouncing off any moving average you choose, okay? And now there's a couple things I've added in there, like a trend, and we'll go look at that. We'll go look at that as well. So what it does is it looks for those stocks and it brings them down. And then at that point, you go over here to the chart, and then you have to look at the chart pattern, the candle pattern, price action. There's not a system in the world that would say, Dell, it's a buy. There's not a scanning system in the world. And I would be scared to death right now if somebody came out with it because it'd be too new. It's not going to happen. So you take Dell. It's accomplishing what you want to accomplish as far as the basic chart setup goes. Now you decide, is that what you want to buy? Make sense? Any questions? And outside of that, let's just take a look at some charts here. PLD, I believe this was on our watch list this morning. PLD, right there. Look at PLD. Can somebody get interested in PLD? By the way, don't pay attention to the price. If you only trade $3 stocks, don't worry about the price. Look at the chart. So let's have a little activity in here. Could anyone get interested in that? The more you talk, the longer I stay. Real simple. Nope. There you go, Malcolm. There, thank you very much. It's a REIT. Malcolm doesn't do that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's go find one maybe. How about Procter & Gamble? Look at Procter & Gamble here. So it's bouncing off the 20-period moving average just the way we asked it to do. It has broken out. In fact, it has broken out and pulled back. How about that? Is that a chart somebody could get their heads around? Head around. Yep, there we go, Malcolm. Is Malcolm the only person in here? If that's the case, then I'll just call Malcolm up and we'll have an old party together. But already long some mRNA. All right. Woo, daddy-o. Big old move in that bad boy today. Big old move. How about Holox? Holox is one I was looking at to buy. That's bouncing off the, coming up on the T-line there. And you can see the low. And it's within that 0.5%. It probably was earlier. Well, even, oh no, we have this one at 5%. So it's right there at that edge. Right there at the edge. So Holox, nice little rounded bottom coming up. Trying to come up and test these highs. Playboy. Let's see, did that come up on one of these? Maybe it did. Yeah, I think I did see that here a bit ago. Look at Playboy. That's perfect, Dan. Now, again, this is where it becomes up to you to decide if you like this chart here. So for instance, we may all agree, which I totally agree with you, that this is a great chart. To me, this is a great looking chart. So I see a rounded bottom here. I love that. I love the lows and the highs, higher lows. I love that right there. We're going to get rid of that now just to clean it, keep it clean. So now I'm going to start looking at a chart pattern that I like. That I like. Nobody else might not like it. And I'm going to look at that price action. So somebody, you guys are killing me here. Somebody get me laughing. So we may all agree we love this, the bigger picture, but we might not all agree on, is it a buy right now? We may all agree that 51, I'm just going to look at fill in this gap here, is a very reasonable, very logical target. But we might not agree that this is the entry. And this is the thing with traders is we can agree on everything about a chart except for this one little thing, the entry. Some traders are going to wait till it breaks out. Some traders are going to buy it in here. Some traders are going to wait till it breaks out here. Some traders are going to buy it here. Some traders are going to buy it on the flag breakout. Some traders are going to buy it on this breakout. Heck, some traders might even wait till it breaks out here. And this is where we get very separated as traders. Very, very separated as traders. Nice chart, by the way. Thanks, Dan. Let's go look at TTD. Look at TTD. Look, these are all coming up what I consider beautiful charts so far. Rallies with those pullbacks, and then I filtered them using a moving average there. So I see Apple's coming up. I'll be very interested in Apple over 161.50 here. If it can prove that it can hold up there, then I think it's got what it takes to test that top. So I'll be doing that. Let's see, show FTSE 100 stocks. I'm not sure what you speak of there, Ken. Maybe you can help me out. Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, it looks like those buyers are stepping in. I like that too. Seeing how I think we're still bullish, I don't think we're bearish. I think Friday was a one-off. So let's see. Had to step away. What scanner are you using? JP, the topic for today is bouncing off moving averages. You can choose whatever moving average you want. So I just have the T-line, the 10 simple, and 20 simple. If somebody wants to post a moving average in here, a moving average in here, the more I get of one moving average, that's the one I'm going to take, because we're only going to build one scan. But if anybody, what am I looking for, Jaro? What are you thinking? Tell me. I can look at it, but you're going to have to tell me a tad more. Cole, what we're talking about is bouncing today, not crossovers. Although we can certainly, there are scans. In fact, I have scans like that. For instance, PHM, this is actually a 10 crossing the 20 a number of days ago with a pullback. But I would like to keep today's topic in this bounce if we could. Please. 50, there you go. Got one taker, so we're going to do it. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to take the 20 simple here, and I'm going to just copy it. Just duplicate that. It just makes it a little quicker and easier. Then I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to clean this up real quick because I just want to. Let's make this, there we go. There we go. So what we're going to do is just make some adjustments in this one. So bull user defined price bounce, I'm going to change that to the 50 period moving average. Simple close 50. I want it 1%. And then it's just looking at today's candle. We're going to rescan this. Now what we're going to have to do is the rising. We'll have to do the rising. So this is something that, well, we'll just keep this the 50. Yeah, we'll keep this the 50. I'm gonna leave this way. This says the 50 period moving average in the past 7 bars has been trending up. But what I've done here is I've taken this, and we're not counting the past 7 bars today. We're counting it 5 days ago. So it's 7 bars. It's like 12 bars actually. 12 bars ago, and then the past 5 days, we really don't care what it does. Just in case we get a little push to the downside, so we'll just keep that all right there. I've got this set for the daily, but I'm alerting on the 15-minute chart. It just gives us 15-minute highs or low, but it gives us everything we want on the daily. the bounce, the white candle, and the rising moving average. We better change the name up here. So we're just going to change that name, Bull 50 bounce. Click Save. Let it kind of perk in here for a little bit, and we'll see what it does. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it. And we'll, like I say, we'll just give it a minute. It'll start showing a couple in there. Ken, BAC is Bank of America. Jaro posted it in here, but I want to know what Jaro is looking at. Okay? In other words, give me some idea what you're thinking on Bank of America, and then we'll go look at it. Oh, there we go, Jaro. In an uptrend, had a pullback on Friday. Well, let's go see. Now, see, I disagree with you on that, Jaro, but that doesn't mean that you're not right. For instance, you may be all about a weekly chart. I'm not. So on a weekly chart, I don't think that's too bad. On a daily chart, I think it's horrible, personally. So really, we have to make sure that we're looking at what we want to look at, okay? So while, whoops, let me make this stay on top. There we go. While this is right here at the 50-period moving average, all I see here is a downtrend. And that downtrend needs to be broken. So I don't see a buy signal here. I'm going to usually wait for that buy signal. So I need a bullish candle myself, but you may be different on it. Also on the daily, when we have these moving averages trending down, let's take a look. Let's do it this way. Let's take price off. I can't possibly be bullish a chart when the T line in this case is below the 10 and the 10 is below the 20 simple. I can't be possibly bullish on this unless we have bullish price action, and I don't see that today. So that's the way I look at it. You may look at it a little differently, and that's why there's billions of traders out here in the world, and everyone has their own little thing, okay? Your own little way to look at it. All right, let's take a look at this bounce here, FRC, bounce off the 50-period moving average. There's your bounce. There's your bounce. Today was right smack dab, and I think, what was this, 1%? Yeah, 1%. Look at PXD. Oh, now that's a nice chart. I could like that chart. Look how we're trending down. And here we've broken out this pullback yesterday, part of a test, and now we're moving up here. I think PXD is one to put on the watch list. I'm going to flag that one. Coming off the 50-period moving average. We also have this low to a high to a higher low, and it's starting to work here. Again, at the end of the day, I think we'll get a better picture of what the overall market is doing, and then perhaps even a day or two, we might get a little bit of a better picture. But so far, PXD gets absolute thumbs up, I think. FSLR. Whoops. FSLR. Whoop. Why isn't that working? There we go. Bouncing off the 50. So, Rick, here's the problem that I have with bouncing off the 50. By the time stocks get to the 50-period moving average, in my opinion, they generally look like crap. Now, with that said, you have to realize what I'm looking at, okay? What I'm looking for are pops minor pullbacks, then I'm looking for that swing. Once we get down to the 50, you're below that 20, you're below the Trendicator. You've got all sorts of bearishness that caused it to get down there. So to me, I look at this and I need a reversal, and we have a low, most definitely, and we have a high, the most definitely. And I based on today's chart, we definitely have a higher low. So that right there, the chart pattern to me is thumbs up. The problem, it's not a buy till it breaks out over that high. Low, high, higher low, that's when it becomes bullish in my world. Now, somebody else's world may absolutely be a buyer here. And this is where each trader has to decide on your trading strategy. There's a reason why I use the 20, the 10, and the T-line. They all fit my minor pullback strategy. Okay. Let's look at CTSH. Does that make sense? Look at that. I mean, we can pop through every one of those, and I just, as a short-term swing trader, I can't get excited about that. There's a mountain of resistance up here. We're under those. We'll just use the 20 because it's here, which it's a very popular and very strong moving average. I can't even begin to think about this until it gets over that 20. So anyway, that's my big problem with the 50 period moving average. Now here's one that works. It pulled back. We're at that 1%, and here we are up into that possible buy area, possible area where the bulls start to take charge right in there. So anyway, I hope that makes sense, and thank you very much for posting that out there, Rick. Also, on another note, I noticed that the VIX is still pulling back, which is good. Look at that. Get those sellers out of there, or buyers out of there. Get those bulls out of there. That's good to see. Very good to see. Okay, so what time is it? Oh, we still have a few minutes. Let's take a look at this RBLX. Look at RBLX. Nice trend. Nice. You've got that momentum working for you. I don't like that candle, but probably wouldn't be a buyer till it was actually up over 131 anyway, and that would be at the over halfway of that candle. That'd make me feel a lot better. But look at that chart set up there. Quite nice. Risk, 4% or so. AKAM. Look at AKAM. That's nice. You're getting that moving average bounce off the 10, the 8. Looks like right through here. Let's see, John. Here is one for you. Rising 50 and rising 21. Yeah, that makes absolutely good sense to me. Absolutely good sense. We have time, so let's do that. Here, let me make this. Let me get this set up, then I'll change the whole color thing. So we're going to call this bounce 21, and I'm pretty sure John means 21 EMA there. Bounce. Exponential 21. Rescan that. Rising. What was that? Rising 50. Okay, there we go. Rising 50. Because it's going to take me a bit, John, I'm not going to do it right here, but the pullback minimum of 3 days, that'll take me a little work. And so in lieu of time, I'm going to skip that part of it. And we'll see what we come up with here. ABBV, there you go. Look at that right there. Nice chart. ZTS. Oof, that's no good. It's not it either. There we go. Look at ZTS. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we're 2 for 2. EXR. Look at that. I mean, this is a superb strategy. Absolutely superb strategy for filtering stocks down into that momentum type trading where you're trending up and then you get these little pullbacks toward these, I'll just say these moving averages. You could use the 13 exponential if you want. You can use, anything in that area if you want. So let's look at that Procter & Gamble, but that one's been coming up on some of these others as well. Look at that. Beautiful chart. Absolutely beautiful. MAA. Look at that. Nice. So, whether or not you use LTA, which I happen to think it's the best scanning in the world, to tell you the truth, but this is a great strategy. However you get to them, to your charts, or get to your stocks that meet all your filtering, this is a fantastic strategy right here. Just using that moving average bounce. Look at WM here. Beautiful, beautiful chart. Okay. Any questions? We have about 15 minutes left if you want to look at charts, or you have questions about any of these or setting this scan up, please shoot it out. Please shoot it out. How do you get them to slow? Do you think they're moving too fast for you right now, Cole? Oh, slow. My bad. I'm sorry. How do you get those windows to show? Well, do you have live trading alerts? It's a product. It's a scanner. So, okay, if you have it, then let me walk you through how to build it real quick. And if you don't pick it up here, you can pick this recording up and you'll be able to follow along, okay? Let's use this one we just created. So the main scan that you want is called Bull User Defined Price Bounce. And then for the parameters, just go in there and put whatever moving average you want. So, this one's set up on the 21 exponential. So exponential, I want on the close, I want the 21, and we're looking at today, 1%. It comes out of the box with a 0.5%, but I'm a little bit more forgiving. So I set mine at 1%, and then I want it on today's candle, so I just keep this at 0, and that's the current candle. More times than not, 99, well, if I'm looking at long charts, I can safely say 100%. I have this little thing in here called a white candle, which I look at white and black, so it would be green for some folks maybe. And then I want a rising moving average, and I just went with what John suggested, a rising 50. And I have mine set to 7 days, starting 5 days ago, ending 5 days ago. But you can set this to whatever you want. If you want a stronger bullish chart, stronger momentum, then you could lengthen that out. You get a stronger I would say that would be a stronger chart. Okay. So real simple. And you can pick this up on the recording in a little bit here. Let's see here. Let's see, XBI. Trying to find a bottom. Yeah, I don't, yeah. It could be, David. It could be. It very well could be. I'm one of these traders that I'm not going to look for charts that might be trying to find a bottom. I'm going to look for charts that I can go back and say, hey, look, it found a bottom. So not a big buyer here. I'm more that let's get some momentum going. Let's get a little trend going, and then we'll look for that pullback. But you're right. It could be. It could be. We've got, one could even argue close to a double bottom maybe, but not on it, right? Not exact. And but it could be. It very well could be. Let's see, Chubb. I was in VIX Friday and sold into the day. Can you please review any future entry scenarios when we have a bullish setup? So a bullish setup to me is going to be something that looks like this: a rise and a pullback, and then signs of buyers down there. So here we definitely have a rise. We definitely have a pullback, but what we're lacking is signs of buyers. So, so far, I mean, that looks great. Nice bottom, bullish chart if you ask me. We need this. We need those buyers to get it going, though. So that's exactly what I would look for myself as a future scenario. Mike, no, I can't. This is set up for live trading alerts, Mike. This bounce and to get these alerts, you can't do this with anything else. Not and get those intraday notifications. Keith, yeah, I can show that to you. It's exactly what we just talked about, but I'm using the 8, and this one I'm only using 0.5%. Other than that, everything is pretty much the same. The rising, I've just got the 20 rising. So the T line here, exponential close 8, 0.5%, and then a rising 20. So let's see what else we've got here. LCID, I'm very interested in that one. And see how we've got a red arrow here? Let me see. I just paused this for a moment, is what I did here. Okay, so LCID, I'm very interested in buying this chart. And notice it had a red arrow. That's because I have it set to 15 minutes here. But you can see the daily chart is a green or a white candle for me right here. So I've got everything up here set at the daily, but I want it to alert me on the 15-minute when it makes a new high or new low. So if it makes a 15-minute low, I get alerted. If it makes a 15-minute high, I get alerted. But I know that it's still well within my area that I might be buying here. So this is where a lot of times a red arrow comes in here and can help you with a better buy. In this case, it didn't stay there very long, but there we go. I just took the pause off of this. There we go. Well, you know, Chubb, that's not something I can, I mean, you entered it, so you need to be the one to tell us, are you early or late or what? You had to have your reasons to buy it, okay? And I would have to know a lot more about that. So, yeah, I'm going to leave this one alone unless you want to share a crap ton more information. You had your reasons to buy it. Maybe you should share those. 10 traders can get in a room and argue till their knuckles are bloody on arguments where to buy it. But I would like to hear your reason for buying it. I would like to hear that. Would appreciate it. Well, it was above the T line in 20. Well, I'm gonna have to argue that just slightly. There's the T line right there, and there's the 20. So I'm not sure what chart you're looking at, but I'm gonna have to say, oh no, I don't think so. And then did you take any consideration that it's in a downtrend? Any consideration of that? Or are we just going after biotech? And did you get this alert from somebody that is one of those biotech gurus? Anyway, just saying. You had to have a reason. I don't think it was above the T line and definitely not above the 20. All right, where are we here? What time is it? We still have a few minutes. Take a look at LAC. What a beautiful chart. There we go. See, I got to pull things out of people. I don't know why, but you do, man. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see, rounded bottom breakout, but see, it's not a rounded bottom breakout. Yeah, it's not a rounded bottom breakout. Anyway. Let's see here. Where are we? ON. Yes, ON. Look at that. Nice chart, ON. I believe ON, I think ON was one of our, on our watch list today. And that's working out quite nice. Yes, it is. Take a look at Costco. Costco's moving up nice. Here's this PLD. PLD still looks good. Apple is still working out nice. Nice, Malcolm. Thanks for sharing. LAC, Malcolm Long, some leaps. When on 10:30. Let's go look at that. Well, wow. I want to be Malcolm when I grow up. Nice, Malcolm. Sweet. Oops. 10:13. That's got to be right in here. Close enough. So right there. There we go. Look at that. Nice little down move, big pop up. Not in a hurry to get any trick price, any super entry. Sweet. Nice, nice, nice trade, Malcolm. Dang. Way nice. It is gold. Yes, it is. Okay, anyone have any charts you want to peek at? Don't let me scare you away. Dell is one I looked at this morning, but I neglected to put it on the watch list. I can only put so many. I can only put so many. But I do think Dell is setting up nice here. We start to get this breakout. Dell could get up in the $60 plus area. KOS, let's see. Yeah, I could consider KOS, absolutely. And let's go see, let's talk about that a little bit. Overall, let's start with this, a nice cup, okay? We could be setting up for a nice big handle here. So that aside, let's draw a downtrend line here. We've broken out. That's huge to me. So absolutely, I would consider that. In fact, I'm going to flag that. Thank you. That's a nice chart. And I want to refer back to Malcolm's LAC. Very similar, right? In no way, shape, or form am I saying, or could possibly say, this could do the same thing. Well, it could do, yeah. But I can't guarantee it is going to do the same thing. What I want to point out is trying to trade from an entry, I think, is, for most people, a losing game. It's like this right here. Let's change this real quick. Nope, not to that. Highlight, there we go. Say this was to move down and somebody buys it here. I think that's a losing game because you're price shopping. Usually people, the traders that do this, the minute it pops up, you run like a scared rabbit. This is a true fact, guys, gals. Most, not all, but most. Like we're talking 98% of traders. The bottom pickers, the minute it moves up, you run like a scared rabbit. But the traders that look at this, they see that higher move. They see that higher move. And now you trade this. And you don't have to be in a hurry for some super duper entry. Now, we don't get me wrong here. We don't want this thing to be up like this, and we don't want to buy it up here. Absolutely no. We don't want to do that. But right here, this is a sweet spot if you ask me. Absolutely sweet spot. Beautiful chart. Thank you for posting this. HPQ, nice, bullish, absolutely bullish. Yeah, 2 thumbs up there on this one. Let's get rid of some of this. So the biggest thing here is you've got to decide where you would not like it. Now, one thing I want to do is come mark this high because that's the stumbling block. A little bit of a speed bump right there. So now you've got to decide, do you want to buy over that line, over that resistance, or do you want to, or under it? This whole area can be a buy. The trick is going to be putting your stop in. At what point do you think this chart has broken for you? Not me, not Ed, but you. So that's the big thing here. But that, to me, that's a excellent 2 thumbs up chart. super chart. This is flag. This, I believe, I could be wrong. Nope, I'm right. This is today's watch list right here. HPQ was on there. DVN was on there. Let's make this bigger. KR is on there. LCID was on there. ON was on there. PLD was on there. And PFE is on there. And PFE is going to stay there. I still like PFE, just not for an entry. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see, John. Here is that. Here is scan. Okay. Which scan? Groceries, grain seem to be moving on prices up. Yeah, KR, I'm long this actually. But it has earnings coming up in a few days, so be mindful of that. Let's see Chris back on HPQ. And let's kill all that now. Wait for it to close above prior resistance, then touch. And that is an absolute strategy, Chris. I totally agree with that strategy. And I also agree with somebody that's buying it in here and they set their stop. Everybody's strategy is everybody's strategy. So, but I totally agree with what you said there. Yeah. Let's see. SMH, Morningstar. A Morningstar on the daily. I would, yes. Yes, I would. And a close above 305 here puts me in a definite bullish camp. Yeah, definite bullish camp on it. It needs to overcome this candle, but overall, the chart's looking good there. Here's ALB trying to move up. JCI. That one's going to have to move a little higher. Alrighty, folks. AMD, I bought this earlier this morning. It's still holding up pretty good. It needs to get through this high before it can actually make any money. But so far, it's doing a good move here. We've got Morningstar, little doji so far working out. So maybe that'll work out. We'll see. Alrighty, everyone. You guys take care. Let's call it a day. Thanks for coming to this webinar. I truly appreciate it. I really, really do. Thanks for all the input. And we'll have this recording for you toward the end of the day. But it will be toward the end of the day. We'll have it today. And you can pick it up at Live Trading Alerts YouTube or at my YouTube channel, Rick Sadler. So thank you very much. This is a terrific strategy. It's not the only strategy out there. But I think when you put together a reasonably strong moving average and some good price action, good candlestick, or good combination of candlesticks, you take a look at the overall chart pattern. I think this is a very easy to conquer strategy. Very easy to conquer. And you know what the cool thing is that if you were buying, I'm big on saying, why do you like this chart? I'm big on this. So this just came up on the T-line bounce. So if I was to buy this right here, which That's where the low was. And that's what we're counting. Then where would you not like this chart? Right there. Now, this particular chart, there's no way in the world I'm going to live with a 10% stop. This might be a very poor example. TSCO. Take a look at TSCO. If I was to buy that, I have to ask myself, why do I like that chart? Well, we're up. We've pulled back. You've got some bulls here. You've got some a nice wick on that candle. We're above the T line. I've got the 10 up here, so we're above the 10 too. Where would I not like this chart? No, in other words, why do I like it? I like it because it's bouncing off these moving averages. So where would I not like it? Pretty simple. Pretty doggone simple. Very simple, very straightforward strategy. Everybody, thank you very much. We'll see you all in the trading room here in a little bit, hopefully. If not, we'll see you next Monday right here, 11:45 Eastern. Take care and thank you.